Welcome back to Moonshine Performance. Today we have this motor here for Moonshine. This is a 421 cubic inch small block Chevy. The block is a 400. It's bored and stroked. You can see the stroker clearance is there, right there. And so we've already got our bearings in there. You may notice little tiny wear, so you notice that they're not brand new. Obviously they're brand new bearings. They've never been run before. But the reason that there's a couple marks in there is because we had that crank in there at one time, and we had the whole entire short block put together. There was pistons and everything in there, and then we realized we needed a second keyway on the crank over here. So that's what this is here. We need a double keyway for the blower. So there's a keyway on this side and a keyway up on that side right there. And so we had to tear everything apart, take the crank out and send it off and get it milled, get the other keyway cut in. And so now here today we already have our bearing clearances checked. We already have everything ready to go. So all that we're doing now is throwing everything together. This motor is ready. We have everything to complete it besides valve seals for the heads. So we've got all the valves, brand new valves. We got the springs, we've got the shims, we've got everything.
We got valve seals, just don't know where we're at.
Yeah, we got valve seals. We just can't find them, so we ordered new ones. And so we're waiting on those. Those will hopefully come tomorrow. And I think I'm going to make this a couple part video, but I'm just going to record the process of getting this motor put together and going in that car right there. We're going to get it in that car this coming week, and I'm going to put a video out on it. So that's what we're going to work on now. I'm going to set my phone up and do a time lapse of it and talk occasionally up on that wire right there that's swinging. That's where I put my phone. That way it comes up and it kind of look like that. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up now and start getting this crank in and get the rear main seal in first. All of our bearing clearance is already checked. I've already got everything clean. It's time to put the crank in. Just finished getting the crank in here, and everything turned out real good. Made sure she's all nice and lubed up, and spins freely, obviously. This thing's ready to be put together with all the pistons and rods and everything, and ready for it to go together. The only thing that's holding us up are the valve seals here, so we need to get those in soon. Hopefully they come in tomorrow. I think they're supposed to come in tomorrow, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Get the body off.
What?
We get the body off.
Oh yeah, that's what we did. I walked out of that time lapse for a couple seconds, and we got the shine body off and put it up there in the corner because we're gonna start working on this thing finally. Working on our own stuff now. We're gonna get this panel out of here, get the transmission put in, and we got to figure out something for a shaft right there. But get the transmission in, get everything fitted. Once I get the heads in the end. No, I think we have to only put the heads in. So once I get this motor put together, I'm going to get the heads put on, or we are, and then after we put the heads on, it's going into the car because the lift plate that we have only fits intakes for a carburetor, not for massive blowers like Shine's going to have. So we're going to have to go ahead and put bolts in there and lift it up and put it in, and then basically build the rest of the motor in the car. So that ought to be interesting. We're going to have to go through and tidy a whole bunch of stuff up and put the zip ties. We got to go through and wire this whole thing. We'll make a whole bunch of videos about that too. But other than that, this is, coming together. I forgot how beautiful this thing is even on the inside when we took the body off, and man, it looks good. This is going to be a nasty car. Be quick. But other than that, crank's pretty much done there. I think I might run inside, get the pistons and rods, and start throwing those in too. I'll probably put that in the time lapse probably right now. Just finished getting the short block put together. I get the cam in off camera, and every single piston's in here. Everything's good to go. Well, we skipped ahead a little bit, and this is where we got us. So everything that's permanent on here, not permanent, we'll have to go through and do a few things, but the heads are on, headers are on, and valve covers are on. We got to get some longer Allen bolts for the intake, and but the intake and blower and scoop is not on completely because we need gaskets and bolts and stuff like that and get everything tidied up. Other than that, everything's ready to go. We got slop over there. Slop is coming together too. Basically, all we need is to figure out some wiring mess with that delay box. We're going to try to figure out how to bypass it because we don't want to use it for right now, maybe down the road. And we just got to tidy up fuel lines, get the radiator hoses run, or get the radiator on and the hose run. And we have to get everything tidied up for that. And then this is also not far off. We just got to finish up the top end of the motor and run some fuel line. But we got to wire this whole entire thing. So that's going to be the biggest project, I think, is wiring everything because, you know, there's nothing here. Sloppy came with all that mess up in there. It's not a mess. It's actually very well labeled. But so we just got to go through and figure out what everything is. But this one, we have to make all of our own wiring because we made this car. We have to do it ourselves. It's not just coming. Here's kind of what the driver is going to see sitting down in there. So this is at about the same height that the driver's head is gonna sit. And you can't see much. You know, it's definitely view limiting. But that's our finished product. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.